Well, a very warm welcome to Moor Hill House here in the heart of the New Forest on this very special day for Jess and James. First of all, apologies for the weather. Unfortunately, we did want to have an outside wedding today, but the weather decided it for us and wasn't that accommodating. So the sun's shining here in Jess's face, I can see that. First of all, I'd like to make some introductions. I'm Linda Christie, and my colleague is Jane Godfrey. And together we represent Hampshire Registration Service. Whilst I have the privilege and pleasure of taking Jess and James through their wedding vows today, Jane has the very important task of making the legal entry in the marriage register and preparing the marriage certificate. At the end of the ceremony, the register in which the marriage is recorded will be taken back to Winchester and stored with all of the other marriage registers dating back to 1837. So today, Jessica and James, you make your own part of Hampshire's history. So, Jess and James, they're delighted that everyone's been able to come to share in this very special day, and a very big thank you to the people that have made the journey from Manchester to be here today. All of the people here today are friends and family who have contributed to both of their lives in the past and are here today to form the memories on this very special occasion as they start their new lives together. You are sharing in their happiness and witnessing what is at heart a very private moment between two people as they make their commitment to each other in the form of their marriage ceremony. We are gathered here today in this room which has been duly sanctioned by law for the celebration of marriage, to witness the marriage of Jessica and James. Before we go any further, I have to ask you to state your full names. So James, can I have your full name, please?
James Richard Gentle.
Thank you. And Jess, your full name, please?
Jessica Gentle.
Thank you very much. Married life is a give and take between two personalities, diminishing neither, but rather enhancing both. A successful marriage requires love, trust, dedication and commitment. Jess and James, before you are joined together in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is a legally binding contract made between two people who have chosen to spend the rest of their lives together. It's voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. It is a solemn union to provide the love and friendship, help and comfort that you have for one another, both in times of joy and in times of trouble. It is not to be entered into lightly, and nor is it likely to be set aside. I must now ask if there is anyone present knows of any just cause or lawful impediment why this marriage should not take place. They should declare it now. Excellent. Not even a cough, I'm well impressed. I now have to ask each of you in turn to declare solemnly and truthfully that to the best of your knowledge and belief, there is no lawful reason why you may not be joined together in marriage. So James, if you reply, I am to the following question, please. Are you, James Richard Gentle, free lawfully to marry Jessica Gentle?
I am.
That's the question, Jess. Right. Are you, Jessica Gentle, free lawfully to marry James Richard Gentle?
I am.
We now come to the point in the ceremony where Jessica's hand will be given in marriage. And today the honour falls to Alan, who is Jess's stepfather. Take Jess's hand. Alan, are you happy to be bringing Jessica's hand into the safekeeping of James?
I am.
And are you happy to welcome James into the family, and with that giving them both your love and best wishes for the future?
I do.
You're supposed to, I do. It's like we say that.
No, it's your turn to say I do. So, you invited your family and friends here today to witness your marriage. So I ask you now in their presence to respond with the words, I do, to the following questions. James, do you take Jess to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honour and keep her, and remain true to her for the rest of your life?
I do.
Yes. Do you take James to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honour and keep him, and remain true to him for the rest of your life?
I do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the very special part of the ceremony where Jess and James will contract their marriage. Because this is a special moment, can I please ask everyone to stand? The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for and support each other through both the joys and the sorrows of life. The marriage vows you will now exchange will unite you forever. Marriage is not only the legal contract between two people, it also marks a milestone in both of your lives and your lives together. So James, say the words to Jess. I call upon these persons here present.
I call upon these persons here present
To witness that. I, James Richard Gentle.
I, James Richard Gentle.
Do take thee.
Do take thee.
Jessica Gentle.
Jessica Gentle.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife. I thought I was a nervous one.
I wanted to cut it all out today.
I call upon these persons here present.
I call upon these persons here present.
To witness that.
To witness that.
I, Jessica Gentle.
I, Jessica Gentle.
Do take thee.
Do take thee.
James Richard Gentle.
James Richard Gentle.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
Well done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. So you can't do a runner now.
Not in that rain, anyway.
We now come to the exchange of rings, which is the ancient and traditional way of sealing the marriage contract. The rings are unbroken circles, which symbolise the unending and everlasting love that Jess and James have for one another. They are also the outward sign of the lifelong promises they have just made to each other in front of you all here today. And Tom, I'm really hoping you still have two rings.
Yeah, that's still fine.
Okay, if we can have Jess's ring to James first of all, please. Okay, contact with Jess's hand. Jess, I give you this ring
Jess, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and affection
as a sign of my love and affection
and as a symbol of our marriage.
and as a symbol of our marriage.
And if we can have James' ring to Jess, please. Thank you. Okay. Similar words. James, I give you this ring
James, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and affection
as a sign of my love and affection
and as a symbol of our marriage.
and as a symbol of our marriage.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Abby forward, who has a reading for us.
He never leaves the seat up or wet towels upon the floor. The toothpaste has the lid on, and he always shuts the door. She's She's very clean and tidy, though she may sometimes delude. Leave your things out at your peril, in a second they'll be moved. She's thoughtful when he looks at her, a smile upon his face. Will he look back good in 50 years when his debt is not in place? He says he loves her figure, and her mental prowess too. But when gravity takes her over, is she charmed with her IQ? She says she loves his kindness, and his patience is a must. And of course she thinks he's handsome, which is, in her eyes is a plus. They're both not wholly perfect, but who are we to judge? He can be big-headed, whereas she won't even budge. All that said and done, they love the time they spent together. And I hope, as I'm sure you do too, that their happiness will last forever. He'll be more than just her husband, he'll also be her friend. And she'll be more than just his wife, she'll be his soulmate till the end.
Thank you, Abby. Marriage is the joining of two people who love each other and the union of two hearts. It lives on the love you give each other and never grows old, but thrives on the joy of each new day. It gives you a shared vision for the future, a vision that needs constant tending to handle the pressures of everyday life. If at times that vision becomes just a little hard to achieve, remember what brought you together to this place and to this very special moment here today. May you always be able to talk things over, confide in each other, and laugh with one another.
When the
That'll be a
rain's
problem.
blowing in
Share the moments of quiet and peace, but most of all, remain the greatest of friends and share a lifetime of happiness together.
I could offer
May the vows you've exchanged to each other here today remain forever
to
in your
make you
hearts.
feel my love.
Jessica and James,
When the
you've
evening
both made the
shadows
declaration
in
required
the
by
sky,
law and a solemn and binding contract with one another,
and
where you
there
promise
is
love,
no one
loyalty
there to
and
dry
commitment
your
here in the
tears.
presence of your family and friends.
I could
And so it's now
hold
my
you
very great pleasure to pronounce your husband and wife. James, you may kiss your wife.
He'll be emotional later, don't
Okay,
worry.
if you'd like to come round to the table,
I've known it from the
if I just ask you to photograph with this.
no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down the